Our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Moray, Dr. Yeshua, and just want to take this moment to say to you, my brothers and my sisters, that we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments, your subscriptions. Thank you for everything you're doing to help to advance this ministry. Thank you for your prayers. And we just pray and trust that everything is going well with you and your family. Praise His holy name. My brothers and my sisters, we are so happy that we're able to go through these Bible verses and passages with you, and we trust that they means a lot to you. Thank you. Thank you. And as we in Psalm 35, we're in verse 21, Psalm 35, verse 21, and we are talking about a prayer for help. And, you know, David, as he was going through a lot with his enemies, the enemies around him, and, you know, from his family down to people who were not related to him personally, but in some way related to him because they were of the tribe of Judah, and those who were of the tribe of Benjamin. You know, the enemies, that's where they came from. And sometimes the enemies is right in your house, right in your family. Okay. All right, so it's in verse 21, yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, our eyes have seen it. Oh, the word here, mouth is like, okay, is a Hebrew word, pe, but is also a Hebrew word. There's a Hebrew word, a Hebrew letter, pe. You know, pay. And so, my brother, my sister, and sometimes it's pay and sometimes it's pay. He can pronounce both ways. All right, and here he said, yea, yes. He knows, he's aware of it, he realized it, that these enemies open their mouth wide against him. They have all kind of thing to say. Pay. It is pay or pay. And hey. Next letter, hey. So pay or hey. Sometimes letter is pay. So they open their mouth. They open their mouth, my brothers and my sisters. According as after a point they are sent. It's like a commandment. Like they're making a commandment. They eat it at the edge, at the end. As means of blowing, whether literal or figuratively. There's sometimes particularly is a speech. Significant, they give a blow, they give they make a sound. They make it a sound is specifically edged, or portion, or sometimes the side. According to my brothers and my sisters, they are making a sound. They are making an appointment. They are caller. And they're making sure that they put it in a sentence. He will say, I see you. They didn't say anything. But they're making it up and showing that, they got you. And the people that you think not doing it are the people who are doing it. The people that you consider righteous, you got to watch them too. Because they may use the word that they're righteous, but indeed, in reality, they are not. They sound good, sound speech. When they talk, my brothers and sisters, they talk with, I mean, it sounds so inspirational. But they are against you. They say, they open their mouth wide against me. And they say, we got you now. Our eyes have seen it. You can't hide. You cannot deny it. The word "see" here is our eyes have seen there. Is the word "ra," and it means is to see. It is resh, aleph, and hey. And what it's saying here, my brother and my sister, is that, you know, I see. We see you. I see you. You know, lying, they didn't see anything. They're just making it up. Just making things against you. They're making things against you. Okay, because this word means here to show self or, you know, the sight of others. To aspire, to tear, to think something that is not true. To view something, you know, sometimes, you know, they say optical illusion. You think you see something, but you don't see anything. All right. When I was a young kid, never forget this, because I used to be so scared of the dark. After it started getting dark, I'm not going outside. And my mom, you know, and my dad, they try to keep us safe, but at the same time, they want us to get used to life, what life is. You got to be in the dark some way. So sometimes they send us to the store, right? This is say we're going to the shop. And they send us in a way that there's no way you could run to get, say, 1.5 miles or something like that where the shop was from the house. There's no way you can get there and get back before it get dark, unless somebody drive you there and drive you back. You're walking. So from the time you leave home, you start running to get there. Because you want to get there, you're not going to stop and play at that time of the day. You see, when they send you early, you can stop and play marble or do something with your friends before you get home. But in the night when it's getting dark, you're not going to stop and play with nobody if you're scared of the dark. So you want to get to the store, you want to get everything that they say, and you want to get back before you get dark. You want to go in the house, you're going back in the house. Okay. So that was a way my mom get us to do things quickly. By waiting until you get in the evening to send us to an errand. May not be to the store. We may be going to somebody's house to pick something up or to take something or to drop something off. So we had, I think it was about 3/4 miles from the house. And we used to call up the top common. Because it was not, at that time, it was not a main road. It was like the road where you could drive to from our house to there was about 1/2 mile. Then from there up to where I'm going is probably another 1/2 mile, but it was going through a little dirt road. You could ride bicycle and motorcycles through there, but you know, some people drive the car through there too, but it wasn't really a road for cars, but you know, you could drive your car through there. It wasn't paved or anything like that at the time. And so I went to this lady's house. I can't remember what errand it was, but I went to her house. And this lady, she liked to sit to you and talk, and you know, I never forget her name. Her name was Miss Ivy. She used to be also a seamstress. She used to do a lot of sewing. So she saw a lot of clothes for my parents and for us too. And you know, she was a very good friend to us, and you know, she was like a family friend. You know, her mother was our godparents also. Get to this lady's house and ready to go home, and she had me sitting down there, and when I looked, my brother and my sisters outside was dark. It was dark, and then I left her house. There was no light on the road. And so I got up and when I get up on the road and then I start going to the incline, you start going down. You know, they will start going on like a little hill, like not very deep hill, but you know. And then it was windy too. And you have a lot of these grass that they used to feed cows. And when they bloom a kind of flowers. So the whole place kind of look white, you know, with the flowers on both sides of the road. And then the moon started coming up. I looked down about a quarter mile from where I was, and I saw this object. It's like someone coming, but I cannot see anything like a, you know, like a foot or anything like that. And so what I did, I hid. I just kind of hid, jump over a little banking type, you know, and just hide on it, waiting. And I saw this thing coming towards me, and it's coming towards me. And when I looked, what it was, a man was riding a bicycle, and the bicycle has a reflector in the wheel, a little reflector. So it looked like the person was walking in the air, you know, not touching the ground. That was the bicycle. My brother, my sisters, I stood there and I looked and I heard the sound coming closer to me. And I said, oh my God, they're going to see me, you know. But I was down there. And I was hiding. Until the person comes up to me, I recognize the person, you know. Then because I could see, because it was kind of moonlight, I could see the person. And I recognized who the person was. You know, but I let him pass. And then I start walking. And you know what? Some of that took some of the fear. Some of that took some of the fear out of me, you know, the dark, fear of the dark, you know. And you know, but my brothers and sisters, I'm telling you that in the sight of others, you know, you can think, you can view, you can say things, you can see things, and sometimes the things that you see, it can be direct and implied, and sometimes, hey, it's just implication. You know, you never see nothing. And we talk about optical illusion. The thing that you think you see, you don't see it. This is one of the reasons why before you judge a person, sometimes you have to kind of learn a little bit about the person. Okay? You got to learn a little bit about the person, because the thing that you think you see might be just implication and not real. You have not really discerned, you know. You have not experienced. You have a slight gaze of it. And so we have to take heed. You know, we have to look out. We have to look up. We have to look up and we have to mark. We have to perceive, my brothers and sisters, you know, before we start providing answers to things that not real, you know. And we have to have respect for others. We have to have respect for others. you know. Before we judge them, we know exactly what's going on, because judging a person wrongfully is not biblical, you know. We have to think about it. We have to view them. We have to visualize it before we jump to conclusion. Praise be to his holy name. Praise be to his name. So, and in verse 22, he said, listen what he said. Listen what he said. This thou hast seen, O Yahuwah. What David said there? You see what they say? What they're doing to me? Yahuwah, your eyes are not darkened. You're not blind. You have seen it, Yahuwah. You have seen it with your own eyes. And then he said, keep not silence. Don't let them feel that you're not watching them. Oh Yahuwah, don't let them feel that you're not watching them. And at the same time, I want to be close to you. Stay close. Be not far from me. And this is one thing, my brothers and my sisters. Yahuwah is not far from us. We have to stay close to him. He is so near to us. He said, never leave us, nor forsake us. Do not leave me. Do not leave me, nor forsake me. This thou hast seen, O Yahuwah. You see, my brothers and my sisters, many times we think, and the way we behave, you know, the way we perceive things, you know, we think that Yahuwah is far away from us. We think that Yahuwah is not paying attention to us at all. That he's not listening. He's not seeing us. My brothers and my sisters, that is far from the truth. Yahuwah sees everything. We know that he has seen everything. Yahuwah is omniscient. He can see things. He can see through. I close my arm and I have something in there. Yahuwah can tell what's in there. He can see through everything. He's an all-seeing Yahuwah. All-seeing Yahuwah. He sees everything. He's all-knowing Yahuwah. He knows everything. Nothing you can say that he didn't know. He knows your heart. He knows your life. He knows everything about us. My brothers and my sisters, he is all powerful, omnipotent. Nothing can overpower him. Nothing can be matched with his power. This is the Yahuwah that we serve. This is the Yahuwah that watches over us. This thou hast seen, O Yahuwah. He said, keep not silence. Yahuwah been calling and talking to people. They're just hard-hearted, stiff-necked, and will not respond. He called the nation to repent, to turn from their ways. Many times they won't do it, my brothers and sisters, because we're not being enough light. We're not shining brightly for them to understand that. When we start praying and trusting him and doing the things that bring glory to his name, my brothers and my sisters, nothing too hard. He said, be not far from me. Yahuwah never leave us. Oh Yahuwah. In the King James Version, it says, Oh Lord, be not far from me. Oh Yahuwah. Is a request he's making here. That Yahuwah be not far from me. My brothers and sisters, if you have that prayer, if you have that desire, stay close to Yahuwah. He said, draw near, draw nigh to Yahuwah, and he will draw nigh to you. He said, cleanse your heart, ye sinners, and purify your minds, ye double-minded. And the reason why we're not experiencing more of his presence in our lives is because of us. Not because of others, because nobody can stop you. Nobody can hinder you. When they catch you and they tie you up and they tie your mouth, you can't speak. You can't say it in your heart, in your mind. This is how powerful it is, my brothers and my sisters. This is how powerful. This is how awesome it is to have a relationship with Yahuwah. We can talk to him. We can call him. You know, he's not far from us. He's right here. He is right here with us. I praise his name that he never leaves us nor forsake us. So we're going to ask you, my brothers and my sisters, Yahuwah has been a blessing to you. You'll be a blessing to someone today. If I have been a blessing to you, you bless someone with some of the blessing that you receive from what I say to you today through Yahuwah's word. We thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for listening. And we ask that you share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends and your loved ones. Ask them to subscribe to this channel. Then I'm going to ask you to walk with the King today and be a blessing. Shalom. Shalom.